That tells us the parade is on the way. Here is young Kenny, 12 stone. Brendan Powell having his 8th ride in the race, 16-1. Following him, we'll have Sunny Bay on 11 stone 12. Chris Maud having his 6th ride. He's fallen at the first twice. After him, Escard of Fee, great big horse. Has he got the bottle for it? We'll see. McCarthy having his first ride in the National. The French horse, Jeddah, for Francois Duman and Thierry Duman. There are 3 father and son combinations in this race. Bobby Joe, last year's winner, Paul Carberry, riding for his father, Thomas Carberry, and it's his 6th ride in the race. After him, we've got Listen Timmy. He's got a tube in his throat to help his breathing. Tony Dobbin, a former winner. There are 5 of them. First of Trevor Hemming's horses, the Last Fling, trained by Sue Smith. Seamus Durack on board. Stormy Passage, these colours have won the National before. On West Tip, Andrew Thornton rides today. He's got round 3 times. Red Marauder and Richard Guest, last-minute decision to run. I hope it's the correct one for them. Good job. Addington Boy, 4th last year for Ferdy Murphy. Adrian Maguire on board. He'd be a popular winner, having his 4th ride in the race. Buck Rogers, number 11 from Victor Bowen's yard. It's his first runner. Kenny Whelan, though, it's his 2nd attempt. Nicky D will be next, number 12, 10 stone 13 on his back. He'll like this ground. He could be thereabouts. Papillon, number 13, been a huge plunge on this, the most fancied horse today from the outsiders. Ruby Walsh riding for his father, Ted. Another grey, Senor El Batruti next. Carl Llewellyn had 4 rides offered to him. He chose this one. He's won the race twice. Star Traveller, who's been up amongst the fancies for a long time. Richard Johnson's 4th ride. He's never got round. Village King is number 16. Bill Edwards Heathcote had 2 champion hurdle wins. Can he add a National to it? Call It a Day next in Jane Lane's colours. Alan King's first runner. Barry Garrity, the jockey's first ride in the race. He looks all right. Miko's Dream, the hope of the prison officers. What a great story this would be. We're used to fairy stories. After that, Trevor Hemming's 2nd runner. This is Esprit de Cotte. Not too fancied, 66-1. Sparky Gale, another yellow and green coloured horse, Ray and Anita Anderson Green, and it will be a great tonic for Colin Parker, who's not been too well, the trainer. Feels Like Gold, 5th last year, won the Beecher Chase, can jump these fences for fun, but is he getting a little long in the tooth now? The 3rd of the greys is Kendall Cavalier. Here he comes. He's not over big. He's by Rosalia. Toby Balding's won this race before, of course, on 2 occasions. Barry Fenton having his 2nd ride in the race. Lucky Town will be next from Ireland. Enda Bolger trains for Norrie McManus. David Casey having his 2nd ride. Earth Mover next. Will he jump round? That's the big question. Tizard has that to do. Hollybank Buck from Ireland. Tony Martin. Niven gets the ride. Rode in Ireland last time on this one. Royal Pradika, trained by Pipe for Peter Deal and John Dale. He's only a youngster at 6. Kingdom of Shades, unseeded last time. Tom Jenks hoping for a better ride. This, in fact, a good jumper on the whole. What about the blue of Trinitro from Norway? I think it's more of a hope than a prayer. Torduff Express next. Only had 2 runs this season. Is that enough? The Gopher stays 4 miles, but not very quickly. Melly Moss in the black and white having his first run of the season. I fancy this one each way. Stormy Norman on board. Dark Stranger for Terry Neal. Big fancy. McCoy's never got round yet. Choisty is next for Robert Widger and Fred Sainsbury's colours. Flaked Oats, another one for Paul Nichols. Timmy Murphy, completed once. Art Prince, the 2nd runner for Terry Neal. Tough little horse. Front runs, you'll see him up there. Merry People fell at the 2nd last year, banging contention. Druids Brook, a great big bold chaser. Wackley on board for Kim Bailey. Brave Highlander finished 6th in this race last year. Philip Hyde was on board then. Camelot Knight, the oldest horse in the race, in the green there. Ollie McPhail's first ride. He's been 3rd in the race. Skew fancies him to run well. And last but not least, he lives up to his name, Celtic Giant. He's got a fibrillating heart. I hope it's working the right way today, because he's good when he's right. Bruce Gibson's first ride in the Martel Grand National.
Yes, they're all cantering down. They're going to have a look at the first fence now. That we're looking at Andrew Thornton on Stormy Passage. Just, you can still see them just wandering around.
Spectators out on the course. John Hanna, Tony O'Hare, and first Jim McGrath of the Daily Telegraph.
Thanks, Sue. Yes, the starter's summoning them forward now for this. Listen, Timmy is right up there. Red Marauder's going to start in behind them. Those out of line are Kingdom of Shades and Senor Albatruti. They jump 30 fences. It's 4.5 miles the trip. That's it, they're under orders, and away they go in the 2000 Martel Grand National. Down to the inside, Miko's Dream first to begin from Bobby Joe, and up there is Papillon, followed then by Listen Timmy, and out wider on the track Esprit de Cotte is prominent from Trinitro. Next in the field is Tour Express and Call It a Day. They're followed next in the field by Mealy Moss as they run towards the first. Let's join John Hanmer.
Tour Express, one of the leaders, so too Trinitro, and also Esprit de Cotte. And Trinitro was the first to fall. Trinitro was Royal Pradika's another one who's gone, and also Senor Albatruti is a faller as they come now to the next, and Art Prince went as well at the first, but it's Esprit de Cotte and Bobby Joe, and Miko's Dream also fell, and we've lost one there, which looks like Dark Stranger, and Sparky Gale fell at the second, so plenty of grief already as we join Tony O'Hare with another faller, Choisty, and also Earth Mover.
Tour of Express, one of the leaders with Esprit de Cotte, also prominent. Star Traveller out in the centre of the track. Behind these is the Last Fling. Brave Highlander is in behind them as they all complete that fence safely. Celtic Giant brings up the rear. They're running down now towards Beechersbrook for the first time. Esprit de Cotte and Star Traveller. Bobby Joe on the inside ahead of Tour of Express. They're followed by the Last Fling, and they're followed over Beechers by Brave Highlander and Nicky D, and then comes Papillon on the inside. And we've lost Red Marauder at Beechers as they come to the Foynaven fence. Esprit de Cotte and Star Traveller. Bobby Joe, last year's winner, on the inside, makes a very bad mistake and almost unseated Paul Carby. Recovers, stays fourth, just being passed by Tour of Express. Then Brave Highlander. Papillon is just behind them with Addington Boy, and then comes Escarta Feek and the Last Fling in Lucky Town as they come up to the canal turn. And it's Star Traveller on the outside who leads over it from in second place on the inside. Esprit de Cotte, mistake by Nicky Dean, also by Addington Boy as they head up towards Valentine's Brook. Star Traveller and Esprit de Cotte, Tour of Express, Papillon, Bobby Joe, Brave Highlander, Lucky Town, Addington Boy as we join John Hanmer.
And coming to the 10th, Star Traveller leads from Esprit de Cotte, Tour Express, Papillon, then Bobby Joe recovered from that mistake, then comes Brave Highlander and Escarta Feek, then the Last Fling, and the faller there was Young Kenny. Young Kenny's gone at that one, tailed off his Celtic Giant as they go to the next open ditch, fence number 11. Star Traveller led over it and is clear now. They're all streaming over at the back. I didn't see a faller there. Camelot Knights right out of the back, but it's Star Traveller, the leader, from Esprit de Cotte, Tour Express, Papillon, Brave Highlander. Then comes Bobby Joe and Addington Boy. They're followed by Lucky Town. And it looks as if Stormy Passage hit that very hard, probably went as well, but he's just got out of my view, and it's Star Traveller, the leader. Stormy Passage definitely a faller, but Star Traveller leads from Esprit de Cotte, Tour Express, Papillon, Bobby Joe and Addington Boy, and over to Jim McGrath.
Well, it's Star Traveller who's jumping for fun out in front by 3 or 4 lengths to Tour Express, and Esprit de Cotte just behind them. Brave Highlander is there as well, and Papillon, who's running a great race as they swing now towards the 13th fence. Hollybank Buck is not that far away either. Further back in the field, then behind Hollybank Buck is Bobby Joe. They're followed by Escarta Feek and Mealy Moss as they head up now towards the 13th, and it's Star Traveller who leads them to it. Star Traveller on the inside with the red cap from Tour Express. There are loose horses up front, and Tour Express is a faller, and back in the field the Gopher has gone as well as they head up towards the 14th. Star Traveller, the leader, on the inside here from the Last Fling, the white face on the outside. Esprit de Cotte behind them. Star Traveller, a mistake, but survived there, and Merry People's gone back in the field as they head up now towards the chair. And the leader is Star Traveller. From in second is Esprit de Cotte. They're followed by Papillon and Hollybank Buck. Then Bobby Joe behind them, followed by the last Fling, and then Brave Highlander in the centre as they head over the chair. Next in the field is Stormy Passage there in the centre. Lucky Town on the near side. Then Escada Figue. Mealy Moss is further back from Call It a Day. Jenner is next in the field as they come now to the water. Further back in the field, just behind Call It a Day is Nicky D, followed then by Village King and Sunny Bay, then Kendall Cavalier from Feels Like Gold. Then back in the field, Buck Rogers. Kingdom of Shades is next. Still continuing on as Camelot Knight, followed by Flake Dotes, Agapta, Listen Timmy, and Celtic Giant is the last one as they race now towards the Melling Road a second time. And the leaders on the inside, Esprit de Cotte is up there with Star Traveller. Both have been there from the outset. Papillon behind them. Then the last Fling out wider, followed by in the centre Hollybank Buck. Then Brave Highlander out deep on the track from Addington Boy. As they head to the 17th, we join John Hanmer.
And Star Traveller, the leader, only just from Esprit de Cotte. Brave Highlander's right up there too. Stormy Passage is right there. It was Druids Brook that went at the 12th, not Stormy Passage. As they come to the 18th, Listen Timmy's been pulled up, and it's Star Traveller from Lucky Town, then Papillon right there on the inner, then Esprit de Cotte, then Bobby Joe still in touch, and the last Fling as they come to the 19th, an open ditch, and Star Traveller led over it. Can't see a faller at that. As they go down to the 20th, Star Traveller shows in front of Hollybank Buck going second, then Papillon, Brave Highlander, then Lucky Town, and then Addington Boy and Nicky D, and then comes Esprit de Cotte, Melly Moss getting closer, Bobby Joe's lost ground, then Stormy Passage, and Flake Oates is a faller, Village King's a faller, and over to Tony O'Hare.
Over the fence before Beechers, Hollybank Buck and Star Traveller up there, Papillon on the inside. Lucky Town is just behind them, and they're followed by Brave Highlander in the last Fling, and then comes Addington Boy as they come towards Beechers for the second time. Star Traveller, Hollybank Buck, Lucky Town the outside, then Brave Highlander on the inner, then the last Fling. Buck Rogers has got closer, and we've lost Esprit de Cotte as a faller there at Beechers, and we've also lost another one at Stormy Passage as they come to the Foynehaven for the second time. Star Traveller, the leader from Hollybank Buck, Papillon on the inside, Lucky Town and 4 Addington Boy 5. 6 behind these is Brave Highlander. Mealy Moss makes ground on the inside. Buck Rogers also improves, then Nicky D in the last Fling, and they're followed by Jeddah. Call It a Day is next, then Escada Figue, Bobby Joe's dropped back, then Kendall Cavalier and Sunny Bay, and they're clear of Celtic Giant as they go over the canal turn, and Buck Rogers is gone at the canal turn. Up front, Lucky Town is taken over. Papillon, Star Traveller, Addington Boy improves on the inside. Mealy Moss going well just behind them, and then Hollybank Buck, mistake by Star Traveller as we rejoin John Hanmer.
And they've got 5 to jump. It's Lucky Town from Papillon, Addington Boy, then Melly Moss and Star Traveller. This is 5 out. And Papillon and Lucky Town took it together from Addington Boy, who's close up with Melly Moss, and then Brave Highlander. Addington Boy's right there, but it's Papillon, the last ditch, 4 out with Lucky Town. Then Melly Moss has come up to join them, then Addington Boy, Hollyback, Brave Highlander, Nicky D, Call It a Day, and then comes the last Fling, and Jeddah as they jump 3 out, and Star Traveller's been pulled up, and it's still Papillon disputing the lead with Lucky Town. Norman Williamson still with his hands full on Melly Moss in 3rd place, then Addington Boy, Nicky D, Brave Highlander, and then Hollybank Back, Call It a Day, Jeddah, and the last Fling, and they're well clear of Bobby Joe as we join Jim McGrath.
Well, as they race up now across the Melling Road and now head towards the final 2 fences in the 2000 Martel Grand National, and it's Papillon who shows the way from Lucky Town is up there. Mealy Moss, Norman Williamson sitting in behind. They're followed next in the field by Addington Boy. They're loose horses up there worrying Papillon as they race towards the second last in the Grand National. It's Papillon who shows the way. Up there too is Mealy Moss, then Nicky D coming there strongly in company with Brave Highlander at the second last, and Papillon lands over with a narrow lead. Here's Mealy Moss with the red cap on the outside. Nicky D's running a great race from Addington Boy, and they're followed next by Brave Highlander and Lucky Town coming towards the last in the National. Papillon led over it, but here's Mealy Moss on the near side. They're 5 or 6 lengths to Nicky D, followed next in the field by Addington Boy. They're racing towards the elbow, and That's the plunge horse. Papillon has found a bit extra. He sprinted 2 lengths in front for Ruby Walsh. Battling on in second as Mealy Moss switched to the inside. They straighten up for home. 100 yards left to go. Papillon on the near side. Mealy Moss the far side, trying hard to wear him down. It's Papillon holding on with 50 yards left to go. And Papillon wins the Martel Grand National for Ruby Walsh and Ted Walsh. Second is Mealy Moss. Third then Nicky D. Fourth is Brave Highlander. Fifth in Addington Boy. Followed next in the field by Call It a Day, then the last fling, Lucky Town. Jetta behind them. Next to finished is Hollybank Buck from Bobby Joe. Then Kendall Cavalier from Sunny Bay. Camelot Knight, Feels Like Gold. Then Kingdom of Shades. And Celtic Giant is the last to finish in the 2000 Martel Grand National. And look at the elation there for winning jockey Ruby Walsh, 20-year-old Ruby Walsh, having his first Grand National ride, and he's won it on a horse trained by his father Ted. A victory for Ireland, a famous victory for Ireland, and this was the horse who was just touched off by Bobby Joe in an Irish National, and they've won in consecutive years. Let's check the placings as we watch Papillon stride to victory in the Martel Grand National. Number 13, Papillon, owned by Mrs. J. Maxwell Moran, trained by Ted Walsh and ridden by Ruby Walsh as the winner. Second is number 31, Mealy Moss, owned by Darren Mercer, trained by Charlie Edgerton, ridden by Norman Williamson. What a fantastic effort that was at his first run for 346 days. And third, number 12, Nicky D. Nicky D, owned by George Dilger, trained by Peter Bowman and ridden by Robbie Supple. Fourth, number 38, Brave Highlander, owned by Nick Embericus, trained by Josh Gifford and ridden by Philip Hyde. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Martel Grand National of 2000. Ruby Walsh, one of the stars of Irish racing, and in successive years he and his great rival Paul Carberry have landed the greatest prize in steeplechasing, the Martel Grand National. Coming back now after that breathtaking win. He was always going well, Papillon. He was up there. He had him jumping with about 6 fences left to negotiate. He was right up there all the way. A fine performance. He has always been a good jumper, Papillon. He's a 9-year-old by La Fontaine, owned by Betty Moran, trained by Ted Walsh, who's famous not only as a trainer but as a journalist and broadcaster with RTE, and a man whose forthright views are